Claxby Hill. We had a very long, made Norwegian-style session.
No, not that.
We hurtled down, we hit one another.
Let's go and find her. Where are you going, Master? For a drink?
Okay, you guys want anything else?
3 butterbeers and some ginger and lime, please. 6 shots of giggle water.
Tea Earl Grey hot.
This snake juice is basically rat poison. Spent my whole life right here in Lackawanna County.
Drink, I like it.
I know, it's great, right?
Shut up.
All right, guys, welcome back. This round's on me, and if this is your first time joining us, a doctor, a lawyer, pilot, and a professor have all walked into a bar. I am your friendly neighborhood doctor, William, and I am joined by my law-abiding brother, Cody.
I follow all the laws all the time, clearly, and I'm not playing an illicit Game Boy game on my iPad as we speak. What are you talking about?
Our community college professor, Dallas.
Class is out, so no rules, y'all. Do whatever I want to. No pants.
And our pilot turned salesman.
Hey,
Alex.
have you guys ever considered buying an airplane from me? Because that may be my new life, like merger, where the actual Venn diagram just becomes a circle, you know?
It becomes a circle.
Yeah.
No, what if you become a salesman for airplanes?
As long as it's not Boeing. It's not going so hot over there.
Oh, well, there goes that
Hey,
sponsorship.
why
Great,
is there
thanks.
a red laser beam on the middle of my forehead? Right?
Look, if we can't get our checks from the military-industrial complex, is it even worth it?
True.
It's actually more rewarding.
Hey, save it for table topics, okay? Well, we've got a fun show for you guys today. Coming up later, we are going to play our 6 Degrees game with since Alex is currently Dune-pilled, that'll clue you into the actor. Maybe, just a little. That cast was
How would you
stacked,
know
but,
this? You're speaking into the future. You don't know this.
It's not like we're recording this 2 weeks after we played the game. Not at
Spoilers.
all.
Listen, Doctor Who debuted 2 weeks ago, maybe. Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey. But first, before we get there, we're going to lead out with the dailies.
What are we going to call this?
I write for the Daily Prophet.
That's crap.
I want the name of this flying whatchamacallit to go with the Daily Planet like bacon and eggs.
Crap.
Daily Bugle?
That's pretty good. But it's taken.
All right, well, Dallas, what do you got there, bud?
All right, so since I just 24/7 playing video games all the time, especially now that school's out and there's no rules or pants, I have been playing some VR games, pantsless, since nobody can see on the outside of the headset.
Your avatar doesn't have legs anyway, so it's fine.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, wouldn't that be the worst story for
playing...
Jake Sully? You know, your avatar has no legs. Oh. Oh. Poor guy.
Oh.
That would have been an interesting
Thank
twist
you.
in Airbender.
I'm
mad about it. I didn't like it. It felt icky when I said it. But them's the rules, boys. Them's the rules.
So, I have been playing a little bit of Medieval Dynasty in VR, which is just you being a medieval peasant to little community ruler, whatever. It's just a nice little game to play to decompress. And then I've also been playing a game called Contractors. They have a new variant out where it is a battle royale. You jump in,
Who
drop
can build
in.
the best house?
Between the construction... Between the construction crew and the sewer lines? Like, how does this even work?
It reminds me of that clip of
Contractor
The Last
Showdown.
of Us where Joel is explaining that he was a contractor to Ellie. And then Ellie is like, oh, did people like contractors? And he was like, yeah, everyone loved us. That's all I can hear right now.
So, Contractors, it's like kind of Call of Duty-ish, but in VR. So you are duking it out, guns
Roof
blazing.
and houses.
Roof and houses. You can do sometimes jump on roofs. That's about as close as you get.
You lay concrete.
Lay
Drop
on
bombs,
concrete.
So kind of, you do.
Yes.
You shoot things in VR. And if you've played Call of Duty or Warzone or any of those. It's got the same vibe, except this time while you're shooting, you can drop the magazine because you have to actually like load it with your hands. And there's nothing worse than losing because you didn't seat the magazine and it just falls out of your gun. And
the further we get from snap to target, whenever it comes to these kind of games, I'm hopeless.
Did you not play Duck Hunt when you were younger? I mean, that's all the snap to target you get.
We didn't.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to rub salt in the wound there.
Yeah, we barely even had salt. Okay, so
yeah, that's true. No iodized. It's all
that's how you get a goiter, by the way. You have to get the iodized kinds.
We spent an entire winter eating nothing but souped beans and distilled water. It was
okay.
Yeah. It was the hard times, or at least
he's
the Irish troubles.
Okay,
or as my father calls it, the perfect winter.
That was his dream.
It couldn't have been worse. It was just the way I wanted it.
Dallas, though, I would totally play that game if it was like you are dueling a rival roofing company trying to secure the bid for the housing development.
The game Farm Simulator exists, so it would not surprise me if a game like that were to exist.
There is
somewhere.
a game that I haven't played yet called Lawnmower Simulator that is just you mowing lawns.
Honestly,
in VR.
Love it.
It also has VR support now. So.
I saw a reel on Facebook and I sent it to Michelle where this lady was like, "Listen, I love Lord of the Rings. Okay, yeah, you give me an elf fighting the dragon the size of a mountain. Sure, great, love it. I want the inner workings of the Shire when the world is not falling apart. Like
that's a game coming out.
My sourdough bread didn't proof in time for 11sies. I was supposed to bring bread. What do I do?" Like
This sounds like
there's a game coming out that's pretty much that. It's just like Stardew Valley in the Shire.
I mean, the Shire as like a Parks and Rec style mockumentary would kind of be would be really fun.
I don't even need it to be like mockumentary.
I think I just fell asleep hearing that idea. Or maybe it's just PTSD from all of my failed attempts at sourdough because I just cannot for the life of me figure this out.
You're one of those and one of those.
One of those and one of those. I need to know what those and those are right now.
I'll tell you when you're older.
I cannot figure out sourdough. And I don't know why I can't figure out sourdough, because if a bunch of homeschool moms can figure out sourdough, then I should be able to figure it out. And I can't. I don't know why.
Is it like making a starter from
can't
scratch?
Keep the starter alive.
Oh.
I can't. And I'm like, wait a second.
Yeah,
these things live for 100 years, and I can't keep it alive for a week.
Yeah, I was following the sordid tale of a starter named Pearl on Instagram a year ago, and it was really sad when Pearl died.
Very sorry to hear.
What? I'm kind of reliving it
Sorry
now.
to hear
Anyway, Cody, what do you got?
All right, so I have 2 bits from the book world. I just finished Agatha Christie's Murder on the Orient Express and Death on the Nile.
Those are 2 good ones.
And yes, both of the Kenneth Branagh, adaptations. And I gotta say, there's a reason why Agatha Christie is the queen of mystery. They're pretty great. I ended Death on the Nile going,
Dude,
what?
It's a good one.
Oh, yeah. Like, absolutely incredible. I know, guys. I'm 90 years late to the party when it comes to Agatha Christie.
I thought it just came out this year. I thought it was brand spanking new, no?
And all of the train references and all of my favorite shows make a whole lot more sense now. So, but I am really enjoying, like, Michelle's been reading through the Perot series. And, some of our book taste don't really align all the time. She, in her soul, is a 90-year-old woman.
Same.
She currently owns all of the Murder, She Wrote novelizations that exist. That is, and she's like 5 away from reading them all, and there have been 54 of those books.
I love that we're all just different variations of the 90-year-old women. We are the Golden Girls, but we're the Golden Girls as 30-something-year-old men, which is...
Yeah, I have the physical heart of a 90-year-old.
And the liver too, or kidney. Which one
Yeah.
did you donate? Okay, liver.
Listen, half of his liver is brand new, so he has half the liver of a 90-year-old woman, half the liver of a 3-year-old.
Whoa!
A 3-year-old woman.
Wow, so progressive of you, Dallas.
I don't know.
Congratulations.
That's what was on the lab results, man. That's all I.
It's very progressive.
I didn't make the lab results.
Although I have watched my fair share of Murder, She Wrote with Michelle, and it's a good show. It's a fun show, but it's not one that I feel compelled to watch the entire series of. It's one that I will watch with her. And so, sometimes our interests do not fully align, but Michelle introduced me to Agatha Christie's And Then There Were None, and it's one of the greatest books I've ever read.
I remember you mentioning that one, so
straight up.
I'm gonna have to pick that up.
Yes, it's one of the greatest, and I'm putting it up there with Dark Matter and Project Hail Mary.
remember that, and I still don't. I'm gonna have to give it a go because I don't think anything can be that good. But
And there is an adaptation from the BBC starring none other than Sam Neill of Jurassic Park.
And that one's supposed to be like the
faithful adaptation of it.
Yeah.
is there an unfaithful
Yes.
adaptation where they're like, and then there were some?
So from what
Thank you,
I can
Dallas.
gather,
Thank
Cody,
you.
and correct me if I'm wrong, the book came out, then they made a stage play, and
Yes.
most of the film TV adaptations since then were based off of the stage play, and the one with
Now, Agatha Christie wrote the stage play.
So this is a Mean Girls situation where they did Mean Girls, and then they made a movie with Tina Fey, then they made a musical, then they made Mean Girls, the TV show, the musical, the movie. Yes?
No, you're thinking of High School, the Musical, the series.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but apparently the
Starring
Sam Neill one is
Deadpool?
supposed to be
And
the
it's
faithful
just based
adaptation.
directly off the book as opposed to off of the
The
stage
book.
play,
Yeah.
which is then okay.
Yes. Yes. Agatha Christie did write
Oh.
the stage play. So this is like blessed by her
Oh.
hands. However, she changed her own story for the sake of it being a stage play.
Yeah.
Now, this one, and so I'm just happy that something my wife loves, I also am
Yeah.
really enjoying right
Yeah.
now. And the Perot series, I have now read Murder on the Orient Express, Death on the Nile, Hercule, I can never say his name. Hercule Poirot's Christmas.
Yeah, say it like you're a Louisvillian.
Hercule
'cause we're
Poirot.
used to just gargling our letters. Hercule Poirot.
Ross Perot.
Ross Perot.
I've read the Christmas special.
Is that the one where Boba Fett is riding a brontosaurus? Or okay, I just was
Absolutely.
making sure we were on the same page.
Absolutely, that's the one that it is. But yes, I've been going knee deep into Agatha Christie, but recently, Dallas, for this one is more pointed towards you. Just yesterday, I started Thrawn Ascendancy.
Ooh.
The first of the Star Wars canon Thrawn prequel trilogy.
Right.
It's basically like his story, his life, his backstory, where he came from. And the best way that I can describe it that might get Alex interested in it is it's Dune in the Star Wars universe.
So wait, it's just Dune.
Like,
Because Star Wars is based
It's
Star Wars is plagiarizing Dune.
not
Mostly.
entirely.
This is
Hey,
High
here
School
we go
Musical,
again.
the musical, the series
But
of
it's Dune.
Dune's
Okay,
Star Wars,
well,
the
you
Dune
should have just said that.
series.
It's
But like in the way that they have like political intrigue, houses, families.
well, I've heard great things about Thrawn in general, where it's like, oh, he studied cultures so that he could like find their weaknesses in battle. Like, oh,
Yes.
these people think in
Yeah.
three-dimensional space, so their attacks are different. Like, I appreciate the storytelling from a lot of the expanded universe, but then when you realize that Frank Herbert did it first, which also, hey, George, if you're listening, you could have left the incest stuff out of Star Wars, right? You didn't have to take that from Dune 2. Like you could have left that.
It was a faithful adaptation.
Absolutely.
You're gonna plagiarize,
Absolutely.
You gotta do it the whole way, not halfway. Like,
Yeah.
here's the deal I'll make with any of you all. If you all buy me the book, I'll read it. But
All right.
wait a second. I just heard a doorbell. Amazon, same minute delivery. How did you all do this? It's like the moment that William Venmo'd Cody, or Cody Venmo'd William for L8 on air. And just whooping.
Oh, yeah.
Call back.
That's amazing.
I'm like 40 pages into it, and I'm actually getting into it, which I've had a hard time with the newer Thrawn stuff. Like the first Thrawn trilogy that came out.
Oh, yeah.
The third one kind of fell flat for me, and I went back, and it took me a minute to get into it. But the way that I can describe Thrawn Ascendancy, is Dune plus Sherlock Holmes. Like, Thrawn is essentially
just
Sherlock Holmes
so
in the Star Wars universe.
Duloc Holmes.
Dunelock.
Yeah.
Wait, which question is this? Which version of is it 1984 Dune, or is it the TV show on Sci-Fi Dune, or is it Denis Villeneuve?
But considering it's a novelization series, I'm going to have to say it's the Frank
good.
Herbert Dune.
And then which Sherlock? Is it the BBC, which is not very good, or is it the one with Robert Downey Jr., which is incredible?
Well, considering it's a novel, it's more the Arthur Conan Doyle Dune.
Oh, perfect.
Sherlock
Holmes. Thank you. There we go. Perfect.
Gotcha.
Yes. Thrawn as a character, depending on how Timothy Zahn is feeling, he's either Sherlock Holmes or he's Moriarty. And he kind of vacillates in between. He's moved ever closer to like anti-hero status, and he's teamed up for the Empire, but for the right reason. Ahsoka has kind of brought him back to pure villain status. At this
he was
point.
kind of menacing.
So I'm interested to see how he is in this,
make it
away
that far
from the
into
Empire
Ahsoka.
in his
He's
home
in
world.
Ahsoka? I gave up. Okay.
Yes, he's in
But
Ahsoka.
he's not as cool as in the book.
I'm only 40 pages into it, and I'll be interested to see him outside of the Empire context and what he's like. Because where he's from is that he's from outside the Empire. And he's from wild space
He's
and the
had
Ascendancy,
so much spice,
and he's in with,
which also is in both universes, that his whole body turned blue.
Not just his
Not
eyes.
just his eyes.
Yeah.
You knew where I was taking that. Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah.
I love it.
Well,
all right. But
speaking of blue eyes,
Agatha.
Wow.
Alex.
Okay.
What
I
are
felt
you-
like that was mildly romantic. Like, speaking of blue eyes, like, yeah, go on. Like when Dallas called me voluptuous, and I was like, yeah, keep gassing me up, dude. Thanks. Guys support guys or something like that. I don't know. Man, everybody else has done a twofer, so I'm gonna do a 1.5-er. On the day of recording, Jasper Ford was actually here in Raleigh.
Yeah.
So got to go say hello to him. It was very nice. He now is, whether he likes it or not, the proud owner of a handful of a doctor and a lawyer stickers, which if you would like one of your own, I'm going to shamelessly plug our Patreon right now. So patreon.com/Grapefruit Network. So check us out over there if you want your own sticker. But no, he was in town. That was nice. Allie and I made a little trek out of that.
Did he remember you?
Mostly. I mean, he and I we interact every now on the social media world. So of course there is one of him and lots of us. So, and it was
true.
A while ago. But once you jog the memory, it's like, oh, duh, yeah, the annoying white guy from Kentucky. Yeah, him. Got it. He was like, I was about to cancel my flight. I thought you were still in Kentucky. So, but then I was like, oh, Raleigh. Oh, no, he's in Raleigh. Oh, no. Oh, but I couldn't refund it yet. So, no. So that was nice. But
I'm unaware of an international restraining orders. So I don't know if they cross international boundaries.
You might need to research it.
You
might need to research it.
It's pretty nice.
Yes.
It's signed by like all of the people. Like Prince Charles is on there. Never thought I'd get his signature too. It's got Jasper's signature on there. It was pretty cool. So. No, it was
Thrawn.
Yeah.
He's on there.
Not only is it international, it is interuniversal, intergalactic. I'm an idiot. How could I drop the ball so close to the finish line? Fumble it on the 1 yard line. Wow. Thank you. No, the actual thing though that I have been Really enjoying. Apparently we're all going literary, I'm assuming, or it sounds like, except for the uncultured Dallas over here.
Yeah, like I play VR. He's like, I've read books about
the
fraud.
Dark Matter TV show on Apple TV. Guys, I don't know how many times the Android user has to tell you all that Apple TV is the best subscription I own. They've done it again.
I've watched the first episode.
And the second episode, I mean, it's a very faithful adaptation. So I'm very pleased. And we said this when we reviewed it and did our book club, but it's a book that feels like it should be a movie. So as a TV show, I'm very happy.
Yeah, it was interesting that something that felt very Act 1, Act 2, Act 3.
It's getting
in the like structure is getting the serialized treatment. But I mean, with these shows, whenever they're done and you go back and watch them, it does feel like that typical 3-act structure is being broken up into pieces.
And there's not many other streaming services that I would trust more than Apple TV for that purpose, given their track record. That has been a really fun watch so far. I'm excited to see the rest of it.
How many episodes is this getting?
I don't know how many they're getting, Cody. Do you know how many episodes
I think it's
getting?
8. I think it's 8.
8. Okay.
But don't quote me on that. Doesn't really matter. What we get is what we get, as long as, and I'm going to put my asterisk here, as long as they do not try and spin it off into a second season. As long as they actually do make it a mini series, I will be happy. I don't want them to try and turn it into its own world. It doesn't need that.
No, it doesn't need it. No.
And because, again, we have such a large sway with the industry. Apple, Tim Apple, when you listen to this, please don't do that, you know? But that's my daily. Literally daily, as in this morning, I woke up, got to go see Jasper Ford, friend of the podcast, and then watching Dark Matter on Apple TV.
And you watched it? Yeah.
Fantastic.
Like I said at the beginning of the episode, this episode comes out on May 24th, which happens to be, as of today, my 10-year wedding anniversary.
Woo!
Congratulations.
So wait, not X-Men 64? Nintendo 64?
No, it's not X-Men 97. Gosh, no.
X-Men.
No. Cody, you had said before that it is nice when the Venn diagram of interest of you and your wife do tend to overlap. It kind of feels like mine and Kristen are two like opposing pendulums that do occasionally line up in a nice full eclipse. And so if podcasts don't put her to sleep anymore and she hears this, I just want her to know that I love her dearly. And I will continue.
A total eclipse of the heart.
There you go. There you go. Landed the plane there. Landed the plane.
It was so pretty.
No, but yeah, my daily now and forever will be my lovely wife.
Yeah, my daily is also Allie. I love her. Everyone join in if you want to live.
My daily is my wife, Kayla.
Hey, I've already brought up my wife and my daily, so I'm good.
All right, guys. Well, we've got a game to get to. So we're going to cut to a break, and when we come back, we're playing 6 Degrees with an actor that I don't know who it is, because obviously this all happens linearly. I'm not the English teacher. Anyways, all right, we'll be right back.
Pew, 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 pew. Oh.
Pew, 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 pew. Ka-chow.
I'm gonna go as fast as I can so I don't miss anything.
Excuse me, may I go to the bathroom first?
I gotta go to work.
We'll return after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by the Big Red Button Podcast.
Do you know what you'd do in a nuclear apocalypse?
Because we sure as quack don't.
See how our choices get us into trouble and back out again in this actual play podcast.
Big Red Button is for lovers of the Fallout franchise, choose your own adventures, and tabletop role-playing games rolled into one big audio drama.
Our band of stragglers is unraveling a mystery in the wasteland, and we're at the mercy of the roll of the dice.
So grab your Geiger counters, take your rat away, and subscribe to our new show, The Big Red Button.
Oh, shoot, did I miss the halftime show? Gosh dang it, who'd they have?
What are you doing in here? You're in here. I pay for that privilege.
I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah, I'm having an heart attack. Get back to work.
All right, guys, welcome back. So for the game tonight, we're bringing back one of my favorite games, just because this is a way that my brain branches on a daily basis. But we're playing 6 Degrees, based off of the famous. We'll say famous.
Yeah.
6 Degrees to Kevin Bacon, but we have the themed actor every night changes, and I've been told that it's a surprise.
It is.
So, and Alex, you're bringing the actor tonight.
Yes. And I'm like a devious, evil, mad scientist just twiddling or like tapping my fingers back and forth because...
Is this we're never going to guess it type?
No. I'm going to tell you.
up.
We have to.
No, I mean, like who you're bringing.
Well,
please never let us down.
Never going to give it up. Never going to run around. But I'll never desert you either. So... Never gonna make you cry, but I will say goodbye at the end of the episode, and I'll never tell a lie. Or
the actor is Rick Astley.
Rick Astley. No. As I have said over the course of many of these episodes, it's just top of mind because I am probably also neurospicy, as you have put it, William. Probably. It would make sense given the 4 of us. That being said, the actor of choice is from Dune. And it is
your current hyperfixation. Yeah.
Timothée Chalamet.
Yeah.
Timothy Chalamet is our actor because he has quite a few like weird roles where you're like, wait a second, he's in what with who? Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like this could be very fun.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one.
Thank you.
How this works, we'll go around the horn. We'll each throw out a different actor to Timothée Chalamet and then take turns connecting them to Mr. Chalamet in as few steps as possible. Whoever does it in the least number of steps wins that round. And, the rules are made up. The points don't matter here. So bragging rights will get immediately taken from you if you won. Okay. Who wants to go first?
Nicolas Cage.
Hey. To Timothée Chalamet. This is a really weird way to get there, but this is where we're going. Nicolas Cage was in the Left Behind movie.
He was.
He was with Chad. He always does look like a Chad, but Chad Michael Murray, who was in the Agent Carter TV show with Haley Atwell.
Okay.
Who was in Avengers Endgame with Josh Brolin. Who was in Dune with Timothée Chalamet.
Very good.
Okay.
I know I'm probably not. So
the Left Behind movie.
You're Left Behind to Agent Carter to Endgame. That's 3 connections. Or no, Endgame to Dune.
That's good.
Okay. 4.
That's very good. Dallas?
I'm still thinking.
I know I can make it shorter. I just can't place.
I got it.
How? Okay.
Go for it.
All right. Nicolas Cage was in National Treasure 2 with Helen Mirren. Helen Mirren was in Red with Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman was in 7, the with Gwyneth Paltrow. Was the wife Gwyneth Paltrow?
Yes.
Okay.
What's in the box?
What's in the box? Who was in Spider-Man Homecoming, or one of the Spider-Man movies, with Zendaya, to Dune, Timothée Chalamet.
Oh.
That was 5, I think.
Look,
but you still got there. You still got there.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
I knew the connection. I didn't know how this was gonna go.
All right. Nicolas Cage is in Kick-Ass with Aaron Taylor Johnson in Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron's mid-credit scene is Thanos putting on the Infinity Gauntlet and vowing to get the Infinity Stones himself. That is Josh Brolin to Dune.
That
That's
was
3.
That was Josh Brolin.
Yeah,
In that one.
Nicolas
that
Cage
line-
to Aaron Taylor Johnson in Age of Ultron. Which actually, no, I could, in Kick-Ass. Aaron Taylor Johnson in Age of Ultron with Josh Brolin, and then Josh Brolin with Timothée Chalamet.
It's 3.
In.
All right.
I'm
So
pleased.
am I allowed to use IMDb to go down the hole?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for it.
Since I don't know anything.
It's
that
more fun.
Timothy's in, right?
Do you want to suffer or do you want to have a good time? If you want to suffer, go without it.
If I am not allowed to use IMDb, then I have to tap out right now because I don't know anything about actors. So Timothée Chalamet.
Yep, that's his name.
Was as I was scrolling in a movie called The Adderall Diaries, which I have never seen.
That's amazing.
Wow.
Who, was in that with Christian Slater, who was in Windtalkers. with
All roads lead to
Nicolas
Christian
Cage.
Slater.
So yeah.
Wow. Was that 3?
Yeah. Timothée Chalamet, Christian Slater, Nicolas Cage.
All right.
Bravo.
Wow.
All right, that was a success all around the board. I love it.
Okay. Dallas, you throw an actor.
Kevin Bacon.
Oh.
I'm not allowed to have bacon, so let's go that route. Let's do that.
Oh.
And
Aw.
I'm going to make it harder. We are not allowed to use the Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special because I'm extra mean that way.
That's fine.
Okay.
It's fine. Fine. Don't even need it. Guardians.
Later. Man.
Kevin Bacon.
I got it in 5.
Okay.
Right.
Lay it on us.
Kevin Bacon was in Footloose with John Lithgow. John Lithgow was Winston Churchill in The Crown with Olivia Colman. Olivia Colman. What?
You can stop there.
No.
Oh, is Olivia
won't tell
Colman
him.
in Dune? I don't know this. And I can't.
Yep, she's in Dune. Nope.
Olivia Colman to Nick Fury. Zendaya.
Okay.
Zendaya to Dune.
Oh. Olivia Colman was in Wonka.
I didn't know
With
that.
Timothée Chalamet.
Didn't know that.
I didn't know you didn't know that. I only watched it on HBO, you know, with Allie like a month ago.
Well, I am unable to do IMDb, so this is all coming from the top of my head. I am not tapping out.
I can't do
No,
that.
that's good.
So.
Anybody else?
I'm thinking I've got it in 5, but I want to get it in less.
Because if I look at my iPhone or my iPad, I may mess something up. I don't want to touch anything.
I've got it. Okay. I got to work backwards though.
Okay.
Kevin Bacon is in one of my all-time favorite rom-coms. This is one of those things that you're like, when people ask you like, oh, what's a favorite movie? And as a man, a lot of times you're like, I want to pick tough movies. But one of my all-time favorite movies that is a rom-com is Crazy Stupid Love, where he plays David Lindhagen. The fact that I even know his character's name is absurd to me, but he is in Crazy Stupid Love with a Mr. Steve Carell. Steve Carell plays Timothée Chalamet's dad in Beautiful Boy.
Whoa, that's 2.
Wow. All right. Considering I have not
David
seen
Lindhagen to the rescue.
Considering I don't think I've seen at this point a Timothée Chalamet movie.
Now, I could also kind of pull the tangential of Ryan Gosling is in Crazy Stupid Love, and he is in Blade Runner 2049, which is directed by Denis Villeneuve, and Denis Villeneuve did. That could have been the other route, but then once I got to,
So
Crazy Stupid
that?
Love, and 2. That was 2. Unless you know of a Timothée Chalamet movie with Kevin Bacon in it, which I do not know. I love 6 Degrees. This is always a fun one.
I've got it.
All
I
right,
need to
let's
see
hear
more
it.
Kevin Bacon movies.
Timothée Chalamet. Dune 2, Josh Brolin.
Okay.
Josh Brolin was in Hollow Man with Kevin Bacon.
Really?
That's two.
Yeah. That one was a little less reliant on the IMDb because I've seen Hollow Man 1,000 times.
I've never seen Hollow Man. I don't know the first thing about that. Oh, here's why. It has a 26% on Rotten Tomatoes. Oh.
It was on TV a lot.
It would have never made my watch list. I would have been like, nah.
When it came out, like the year or two after when it was on TNT every other day. Listen, I spent a lot of summer vacations watching a lot of television.
So it came out in 2000. 2001 was a rough year for America. We probably needed some dumb TV to...
We were
watched a lot of TV that year.
That year, we were all Hollow Men.
Oh. All right, William.
Well, so this may be because he was technically in the movie, even though they used a clip. Kevin Bacon was in X-Men First Class.
Yes.
With Zoe Kravitz, who was in the Crimes of Grindelwald.
Oh,
and then
he did a Harry Potter.
I did. Zoe Kravitz was in the Crimes of Grindelwald. She was
Zoe Kravitz. I thought you said Lenny Kravitz.
Guy,
I was very confused.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the rocker with the really, really tight leather pants who's in the Hunger Games. His daughter is in a movie with a chicken that bows and picks the next world leader. I think I got that right? The Harry Potter fans are coming for my head.
This is the one before that. Anyways, the actor, what was his name? Jamie Campbell Bower played a young Grindelwald in The Mirror, and he also played the young Grindelwald in The Deathly Hallows with Emma Watson, who was in Little Women with Timothée Chalamet. So that got me to 5.
Who you got, Dallas?
That was mine.
Kevin Bacon.
Mine was Kevin Bacon cheeseburger.
William?
Rick
Astley.
Lenny Kravitz.
I don't know if this is obscure to the point where you may not know. Well, no, never mind.
That may make it all the more fun. Actually, there's a super easy
Amy Adams.
Okay.
Can I use the director? Because Amy Adams
she was
in Arrival. Arrival's directed by Denis Villeneuve, who directed Dune. That would just be...
Say no.
I mean,
he's going too fast.
Okay. Fine. I'm also going to not use the Steve Carell link again because Amy Adams is in The Office.
Yeah, she's the purse lady.
Yeah. And so she would be in with Steve Carell. Steve Carell's in Beautiful Boy, so I'm not going to take that route. She's okay. Here, I'm going to go a route that Cody will really appreciate. Amy Adams is in Man of Steel with Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill is in Man from U.N.C.L.E. with what's his name?
Armie Hammer.
Armie Hammer.
Arm and Hammer.
No, that's Arm and Hammer.
So, Amy Adams in Man of Steel with Henry Cavill. Henry Cavill and Armie Hammer in Man from U.N.C.L.E. And Armie Hammer and Timothée Chalamet are in Call Me By Your Name. Boom. 3. That is my official.
As well. I had Amy Adams in Arrival.
Okay.
With Jeremy Renner.
Oh.
Who was in Hawkeye with Florence Pugh, who was in Arrival, Hawkeye, Dune.
Okay. Yeah. Very good. Very nice.
Let's see.
Oh.
I thought Cody was going to be so proud of me for that connection there.
Yeah, that was good, but I'm like desperately brainstorming mine. Amy Adams is in Enchanted with none other than one Adele Dazeem.
Okay.
Idina Menzel.
That was a great reference for anyone in the know.
Yes. Adele Dazeem is in Frozen, infamously as none other than Elsa.
For anyone who didn't know.
Yes.
What?
Okay, I gotta think this one through because I cannot look this one up. Actually, I'm just gonna take a moment. Yeah, someone else go.
I think I'm either having an aneurysm or I feel very stupid. I need to look something up here. Because there may be a 1 on this list. I need to confirm.
Meryl Streep is in the Small Ladies or Little Women with old Tim.
You're right.
And
Amy Adams was in Julie and Julia with Meryl Streep. Dallas.
You said Little Women, and I didn't. So I was like, I bet there's people in that. I bet he was in that with people that were important.
Okay. Well, Alex, I know you threw out Timothy Chalamet. Do you want to?
We're still waiting on Cody.
Amy Adams. Let's see here.
Was she in a Muppets?
She was in a Muppets.
We're throwing him off.
Oh, my bad.
All right. Amy Adams was in Smallville.
She was?
What?
She was in Smallville as one of the Freak of the Weeks in season 1 of Smallville.
Where are you going from Smallville?
From Smallville, we have Terrence Stamp, who plays Jor-El in Smallville, who then plays General Zod in Superman the movie. Terrence Stamp also played Chancellor Valorum in Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, with C-3PO in it. C-3PO was in Episode 7 with Oscar Isaac, Timothy Chalamet, Dune.
I am very proud of you for your perseverance on that one. Yeah.
I still lose. But I knew I was going to lose, but I wanted to pull off the Smallville episode where she was a fat girl who ate a digital deer.
His was the most intricate though, yeah.
I
respect it, yeah.
I was looking for the one where she played a overweight girl who ate a digital deer.
What?
Which is a real episode that happened.
I'm just not even going to question it. Alex, do you want to throw one out?
Smallville got weird.
Let me think. Yes, a random actor generator. Because I started thinking of like 3 or 4, and then all of my connections wound up James Franco.
James Franco to Timothy Chalamet.
I mean, I think I've got it in 3.
Do you?
Yeah. James Franco was in The Disaster Artist with Zac Efron, who was in Greatest Showman with Zendaya.
Oh.
Who was in Dune with
Very good. Nicely done. Is that a 1 that Dallas is holding up?
What?
Wait, really?
I'm glad I didn't close any of my tabs. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, because I went to the Adderall Diaries, top of the cast, James Franco.
What?
Yeah.
No way. The Adderall Diaries? I have never even heard of this.
That's the first one that I had pulled because I don't know anything that Timothy Chalamet was in.
All right. Because he got it in 1, I've got an absurd one that I'm going to pull through.
Perfect.
James Franco was in The Pineapple Express.
Naturally.
With Amber Heard, everyone's least favorite queen of Atlantis. Amber Heard was in the second Aquaman movie with none other than Randall Park of both Ant-Man and WandaVision.
He's Jim from The Office.
He's Jim from the Jim from The Office for Steve Carell. In WandaVision, Wanda was in Infinity War with Spider-Man Zendaya.
Oh my goodness.
Okay.
Wow. Amber Heard was also in Adderall Diaries, just so you know.
I had no idea.
Everyone in this movie. Is this just like everybody confessing that they were on Adderall at some point in the early 2000s?
Okay. So James Franco was in the raunchy comedy Christmas movie The Night Before, which stars Anthony Mackie. Anthony Mackie is obviously
the Marvel connection.
Now Captain America. Marvel is he in Age of Ultron?
I don't know. Think so.
Well, but he's in Endgame. So Anthony Mackie in Endgame, which gives us Josh Brolin to Dune. There's 3.
There you go.
Yeah.
So James Franco was in one of them 8 movies with Tom Felton, who was in Harry Potter with Emma Watson, who was in Little Women. With
Wait,
Timothy
what
Chalamet.
movie was he in with Tom Felton?
I don't know. One of them 8 movies.
One of them
ape movies.
Oh, ape movies. Yes, the very first Planet of the Apes. I totally forgot. Tom
There you
Felton
go.
is the little twerp at the ape center. Very
Is it
good.
Rise?
So, oh wait, I've got one in one. So, James Franco is in the desert in 127 hours, and Timothy Chalamet is in the desert.
It's a different. That's a spice desert. That's not the same kind.
No, they're the same. He's hallucinating in 127 hours. I remember that. It's definitely
my tabs are Timothy Chalamet, The Adderall Diaries, Little Women, Meryl Streep, James Franco, Amy Adams, John Krasinski. This is just crazy. King of the Hill is one of these because Amy Adams was in a couple episodes of that.
Of course she was. Well,
I don't know what I expected of this, but I definitely got my money's worth. So
absolutely.
There you go. You paid nothing.
To make it a Wonka, you get nothing. You know,
There you
there's
go.
the original
Yeah, nobody
Wonka,
wanted
the
it.
new
Yeah.
Wonka.
Well, hey, we'll cut to a break, and when we come back, we will answer a listener-submitted table topic, and then we'll head out of here.
I'm gonna go as fast as I can so I don't miss anything.
Excuse me, may I go to the bathroom first?
I gotta go to work.
We'll return after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by Potter Plus, your podcasting home for the upcoming Harry Potter TV show and so much more. Join me, your host, William, and many other magical friends as we pick apart the past, ponder the present, and unfog the future of the wizarding world. Potter Plus is a production of the Grapefruit Network, and you can find it wherever you get your podcasts.
Oh, shoot, did I miss the halftime show? Gosh dang it, who'd they have?
What are you doing in here? During here, I pay for that privilege.
I'm feeling much better now.
Yeah, I'm having an heart attack. Get back to work.
Okay, we're back. We've used one of his table topics before, but he sent in so many good ones that I'm going to circle back around to it. From one, Mr. Josiah Crons on Instagram said, metric or imperial?
Ooh. Does he want to start another civil war? Because this.
And that's why I picked
All right.
it.
So here's my thoughts, and then you're gonna cut, and it's just gonna be elevator music, and they're gonna be like, "Wow, that's demonetized right there." Yeah, no.
Look, metric
Like-
is French. Started it with the French, and we don't trust the French, so it's got
We
to be
don't
imperial.
trust the French.
Yeah, it's got to be imperial. Bunch of cheese eating
But
surrender
the whole
monkeys.
world does metric. It would just be so much simpler. Now, could I switch now? Probably not. My brain is just hardwired to understand the sizes that I've been taught.
Look, if we did not stick with the imperial system, we would not get one of the greatest SNL sketches of all time, which is George Washington as
Yes.
Nate Bargatze as George Washington talking about the glories of the imperial system.
Yeah.
And if you have not seen that one, I'm going to link it in the show
I
notes.
don't even
yes.
think Nate Bargatze is funny at all, and that's one of his best. I was like, yeah, that's good. It's no Papyrus or Papyrus 2, but it was.
I didn't.
Well, I think that just appeals to our sensibilities. Me, George Washington, and you in graphic design. Like,
yeah. And Ryan Gosling,
That whole that whole episode with Ryan Gosling was just hit after hit after hit.
All time great right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, look, if I could go back in time and if I could
time.
Like, do I have to choose to switch now or to stay? Like, I'm gonna stay, but if I could like snap my fingers and we all were on metric and the next generation could learn metric and it was just all standard across the world, that would be so much simpler for everything.
Look, around the world, it is not
Is
cool.
a great song by Daft Punk. You're 100% right. Yep.
It is not cool to be an obnoxious, stuck-up American, but I'm going to put my foot down and say this is the one area where I'm going to go USA, 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 because it's incredibly low stakes. Like
I've had to.
It's low stakes until spaceships blow up because you got one team working in metric and the other one working in imperial. Just saying.
Like scientists are bilingual.
Well, in that regard, when I started my biology degree and when I've gotten into medicine, it's metric.
Milliliters,
grams. But what the interesting thing to me is when you're dealing with centimeters, fine. You start to get to a meter or a kilometer, it may as well be somebody walks outside with a can of silly string and where it lands. That's a kilometer. Sure.
Weights versus distances, totally different ball game.
But did you know that if you could make a cubic centimeter, that if you could make a vessel that is exactly a cubic centimeter on the inside, and you fill that with water, that is 1 milliliter.
Yeah, I did know that. But did you also know that we were one pirate ship away from actually switching to the metric system? So,
I did not know this.
This story is, from what I've heard, mostly true. There might be some apocryphal. There might be something apocryphal in there, but basically,
the best stories.
At the end of our Revolutionary War, and towards the end, or right at the midst of the French Revolutionary War, a ship was sent from the French embassy to the American embassy, but it was commandeered by pirates and raided, and the weights that were on their way to the U.S. were stolen, and so we never received that. And that is what stopped the U.S. from switching to the metric system.
I hope that's true.
That's the most American thing to ever happen.
Metric weights.
Kevin Bacon.
I like to imagine that the pirates intentionally did this to stop the weights only, not to find gold. They were like, we can't stand for this. And they intervened.
Here we go.
Changed history.
1793. The Secretary of State was Thomas Jefferson. Jefferson knew about the French system and thought it was exactly what America needed.
Of course, Jefferson's high on the French.
Joseph Dombey to Jefferson carrying a small copper cylinder. It was 3 inches tall and about the same wide. The object was intended to be the standard of weighing things. The object's weight was 1 kilogram. And
notice they didn't say it was 8 centimeters tall.
Exactly. So, during the crossing of the Atlantic, they were blown into the Caribbean, and British privateers, who were pirates, attacked the ship, took it prisoner, and took everything and auctioned it off or dumped it into the ocean. And so it never made it anywhere. I thought it was somewhat apocryphal, and I just confirmed it. That was on NPR right there. You're very welcome, world. I would switch to metric.
I have one very pragmatic reason as to why we shouldn't switch. As someone who has drafted many, many, many deeds over the last few years, all of those legal descriptions are in imperial and feet and inches. And the sheer volume of litigation that will occur because of the mess of translating it into the metric system will probably overwhelm the court system because it's a hot mess. It is a hot mess.
Hey, listen, if everywhere else in the world could have done it a long, long time ago, we can do it now. And hey, your dad was a surveyor. You got to keep the land surveyors in business.
And plus, it's all electronic now. Can't you just do like a copy and replace thing, like find and replace?
No.
You could. You could.
You could.
No.
But you got to keep the lawyers in business too. So
I've had to type so many legal descriptions from scratch because of bad scans. It is a miserable, miserable experience. But
Sounds like a you problem. USA, USA, USA. Wait, no.
I will say this,
Josiah. I don't know what you. What
Can
you
I say
expected,
one more point?
No, USA, you.
If we go metric, can we at least keep Fahrenheit? Because
yeah, of course. Celsius is a ridiculous measurement system.
70 degrees feels nice, feels right. Not
Here's the way
30
to think of
degrees,
it.
whatever it is.
Here's the way to think of it. Fahrenheit is how you feel. Celsius is how water feels.
And I don't care how water feels. Water is
Exactly.
not. Yes. I
inanimate.
consume
I don't
water.
care.
I consume water. I destroy it.
Oh. Well, technically, Cody, if you remember anything from your science class, matter can neither be created nor destroyed. You just
Cody
process
can. He has dark matter in his stomach that just destroys it when it goes in there.
Is that what it
How
means
did
when
you
your jellies
know?
are feeling something, Dallas?
Yes.
It's all the
exactly
dark
what it
matter
is.
dark-
rumbling around in there.
It's our dark matter activating.
Well, Josiah, I don't know what you expected from the
But it
table
wasn't
topic, but
that.
I hope it exceeded your expectations. But with that, guys,
I think
I'm
they
going to
thoroughly
settle up
whelmed.
the tab. Thoroughly whelmed. Yeah. Thoroughly whelmed. Well, again, if this is your first time joining us, you've made it this far. Drinks are on us tonight. All we'd ask is that you, if you like the show and you want to find out more, go to doctorandlawyer.show. And if you want to find out what we're getting up to in the Grapefruit Network, you can find out more at thegrapefruitnetwork.com. We have 2 other sister shows, The Big Red Button, which is an actual play role-playing game that we've turned into an audio drama set in the Fallout universe. And that has been super fun. And then I've also got some Harry Potter things cooking over at Potter Plus in anticipation of the Harry Potter TV show coming out in 2026. We'd love for you to come over and interact with us there. But if you want to keep up to date on everything going on inside the network, we also have our newsletter. Links to it, The Peel, will be down in the description, in addition to links to everything we've discussed in today's episode. But with that, I am going to head out of here. I'm William.
I'm Dallas.
I'm a traumatized real estate attorney.
And I'm USA, USA, US Alex. The A stands for Alex.
US Alex.
Yep. You're welcome.
All right.
The more you know.
We'll catch you guys next time. Bye.
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 Are you kidding? I'm working.
All right, I'll be right there.
And grab the Marie. Go, 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 go.
Come on, my lover. Come on, my friend.
Phase 1 snapped in 2, which was say.